I don't do many podcasts because this YouTube site is for my music and I promote music. But it's 9/11 here in the United States and the anniversary of when about 4,000 or 5,000 people got killed in an instant by terrorism. Now, I think the most important thing, and I can say this with sincerity as a practicing Buddhist for many, many years, on the anniversary of deaths of people or groups of people, what's most important is to feel the vibration, feel their spirit. We don't know what happens after life. We don't know where they are. We don't know if life is just terminated at death or if there's a spiritual realm that exists and they may be reborn. So that's the most important thing, is just to feel the vibration of the people that you love that have died. Now, yesterday, this guy, Charlie Kirk, who was a conservative pundit, got assassinated. I'm Buddhist. I do not agree with his Jesus-promoting talk that he does all the time. What I do agree with is his promotion of freedom and free speech. That was his main objective, was to promote freedom, free speech, liberty, justice, the rule of law, and the U.S. Constitution. Now, in the United States, we have a lot of liberal media and a lot of liberal pundits and a whole Democratic Party that has decided that anti this, anti that, anti-Trump, anti-law, anti-justice, anti-freedom, anti-free speech, anti-police, anti-military are policies. They're not policies. Those are reactions that create dysphoria and hate and people that end up assassinating people. Now, we don't know who assassinated him, at least maybe I don't at this point in time. I haven't looked at the news, but maybe it will come out in the future. It doesn't matter who it is. The point is that Charlie Kirk was a proponent of free speech, and he brought in a lot of youth into the conservative movement because the liberal media in the United States for years, to keep the power of the Democratic Party, married themselves with the Democratic Party and decided at some point in time that they had to pit people against each other. Gays versus non-gays, blacks versus non-blacks, Asians versus blacks, blacks versus Asians, justice versus not justice, criminals versus people that want no crime. They decided that by playing the opposites of things that you could put people against each other and get people from one side to come to your side. Well, most people are pretty much stuck in the middle. Most people don't want crime. Most people believe that a strong military is good for your country. Most people believe that police do a fairly decent job. There are bad cops, obviously. And most people believe that freedom and free speech is important in the United States of America because we want to be able to say what we want to say when we want to say it. So by saying anti everything all the time, that promotes people to come up with the concept that, okay, if I'm anti and I have to be against Trump, or I have to be against free speech, or I have to be against justice, or I have to be against people going to jail, or against having illegals removed from the country, then I need to do something about it. And they take up violence. And violence is never good for a democracy, because to have freedom, you need to have nonviolent people that communicate and can get their points across. And that's what Charlie Kirk did. He had great emotional intelligence. Personally, I don't have that good of emotional intelligence. If you get on my wrong side, more likely I'm going to bark at you and tell you to F off. But not everybody is like Charlie Kirk and can communicate with people the way that he did, especially young people. He brought a lot of young people over from a liberal agenda into a conservative movement. Now, I'll just add one more thing here about the concept of abortion, because I'm a practicing Nichiren Shoshu Buddhist for many, many, many years. And a lot of Buddhists in this country or all over the world tend to be liberal. Every single religion, all of them, believe in the sanctity of life. That is almost number one in any religion, is the sanctity of life. And if you believe in the sanctity of life, then you can see that abortion is not so good. Now, in Nichiren Shoshu Buddhism, sanctity of life is karma. Karma is the sanctity of life. So if you're a woman and you use abortion as birth control, then that's sort of bad karma. If you use abortion because you've been raped or because you're going to have a malformed fetus or something like that, it's not as bad of karma. Karma has different levels. We have immutable karma, karma that can't be changed, and we have mutable karma, karma that can be changed. Immutable karma, we can see that from science, is genetics basically. We get all of our genetics and traits from our families. Mutable karma, things that we can change, are our personalities, our status in life, our attitudes, becoming nonviolent, becoming more emotionally intelligent so that we can converse with people, becoming humanistic, caring about people. Those are things that we can change. Now, in Nichiren Shoshu Buddhism, because we view karma not just from this present life, but from past lives and future lives and the present life, we believe that we can change even immutable karma, karma that can't be changed. And science is pretty much proving that nowadays, and has for a long time, because diseases and things that people thought could never be cured, now with AI getting into medicine, can be cured. Because everything advances from shallow to more profound. Science does, religion does, people do, evolution does. And that's what's happening with AI. Things are advancing very quickly from the shallow to the more profound.